औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। Topic 13.2.7 Shielding gas nozzle. The purpose of the shielding gas nozzle is to produce a laminar gas flow to protect the weld pool from atmospheric contamination. Nozzle diameter range from 13 to 22 mm and should be increased in relation to the size of the weld pool. Therefore, larger diameter nozzles are used for high current spray transfer application and smaller diameter for dip transfer. The flow rate must also be turned to the nozzle diameter and shielding gas type to give sufficient weld pool tuned to the nozzle diameter and shielding gas type to give sufficient weld pool coverage. Gas nozzles for dip transfer welding tend to be tapered at the output at the outlet of the nozzle. Giant access and type should also be considered when selecting the required gas, nozzle and flow rate. Too small a nozzle may cause it to become obstructed by spatter more quickly, and if the wire bends on leaving the contact tube, the shielding envelope and arc location may not coincide. 13.2.8 Types of metal transfer. Figure 13.14 Arc characteristic curve. Key characteristics of dip transfer. Dot. Metal transfer by wire dipping or short circuiting into the weld pool. Dot. Relatively low heat input process. Dot. Low weld pool fluidity. Dot. Used for thin sheet metal above 0.8 mm and typically less than 3.2 mm. Positional welding of thicker section and root runs in open butt joints. Dot. Process stability and spatter can be a problem if poorly tuned. Dot. Lack of fusion of poorly set up and applied. Dot. Not used for non-ferrous metals and alloys. Figure 13.15 Dip transfer. In dip transfer, the wire short circuits the arc 50 to 200 times per second, and this type of transfer is normally achieved with CO2 or mixture of CO2 and argon gas plus low amperes and welding volts less than 24 volt. Key characteristics of spray transfer. Dot. Free flight metal transfer. Dot. High heat input. Dot. High deposition rate. Dot. Smooth stable arc. Dot. Used on steels above 6 mm and aluminium alloys above 3 mm thickness. Figure 13.16 Spray transfer. Spray transfer occurs at high currents and voltages. Above the transition current, metal transfer is a fine spray of small droplets projected across the arc with low spatter levels. The high welding current produces strong electromagnetic forces, pinch effect that cause the molten filament spotting the droplet to neck down. Droplets detach from the tip of the wire and accelerates across the arc gap. The frequency with which the droplets detach increases with the current. The droplet size equates to the wire diameter at the threshold level but decreases significantly as the welding current increases. At very high currents, wire feed speeds, the molten droplets can start to rotate, rotating transfer. The arc current is flowing during the drop detachment, resulting in maximum penetration and a high heat input. When the correct arc voltage to give spray transfer is used, the arc is shot with the wire tip 1 to 3 mm from the surface of the plate. With steels, it can be used only in downhand parts and horizontal vertical HV H/V fillet welds, but gives high deposition rate, penetration and fusion than dip transfer because of the continuous arc hitting. It is mainly used for steel plate thickness greater than 3 mm but has limited use of positional welding due to the potential large weld pool involved. Key characteristics: pulse transfer, dot, free flight droplet transfer without short circuiting over the entire working range. Dot, very low spatter. Dot, low heat input than spray transfer. Dot, reduced risk of lack of fusion compared with dip transfer. Dot, control of bead profile for dynamically loading parts. Dot, process control flexibility. Dot, enable use of larger diameter, less expensive wires with thinner plates. Dash, more easily fed, particularly advantages for aluminum welding. Pulsing the welding current extends the range of spray transfer operation well below the natural transition from dip to spray transfer. This allows smooth, spatter-free spray transfer at mean currents below the transition level, for example 50 to 150 ampere, and at lower heat inputs. Pulsing was introduced originally to control metal transfer by imposing artificial cyclic operation on the arc system by applying alternately high and low currents. A typical pulsed waveform and the main pulse welding variation are shown in figure 13.17. A low background current, typically 20 to 80 ampere, is supplied to maintain the arc, keep the wire tip molten, give stable anode and cathode roots, and the maintain average current during the cycle. Droplet detachment occurs during a high current pulse at current levels above the transition current level. The pulse of current generates very high electromagnetic forces which cause a strong pinch effect on the metal filament supporting the droplet. The droplet is detached and projected across the arc gap. Pulse current and current density must be sufficiently high to ensure that spray transfer, not globular, always occurs so that positional welding can be used. Pulse transfer uses pulses of current to fire a single globule of metal across the arc gap at a frequency of 50 to 300 pulses per second. It is a development of spray transfer that gives positional welding capability for steels. Combined with controlled heat input, good fusion and high productivity, and may be used for all sheet steel thickness greater than 1 mm but is mainly used for positional welding of steel greater than 6 mm. Figure 13.17 pulsed welding waveform and parameters. Key characteristics of globular transfer. Dot irregular metal transfer. Dot medium heat input. Dot medium deposition rate. Dot risk of spatter. Dot not widely used in UK, can be used for mechanized welding of medium thickness, typically 3 to 6 mm steel in the flat position. Synergic is a term meaning working together and was originally designed to establish correct pulse parameters in MIG-MAG welding over a range of wire diameters and gas mixtures. Manually adjusting pulse parameters was problematic, with many variables to adjust: pulse peak, pulse time, background current, and background time. Consequently, to arrive at the correct arc condition was time consuming and fraught with error. With the advancement in electronically controlled power sources and subsequent CPU inverter controlled system, it has allowed manufacturers to produce a one knob control system. Therefore, all parameters previously mentioned can be controlled via a one knob control operation to establish the correct arc condition as determined by the manufacturers of the power source. In essence, as the knob is turned, the wire feed increases, possibly voltage, and all pulse parameters change to keep a balanced arc condition. The manufacturers have predetermined synergy curves based on material type, wire diameter, and gas mixture. To facilitate setup, this information is programmed in by the user and a unique curve is produced based on the inputs. The user can then adjust via one knob control and up and down the synergy curve. Most machines, however, have an out option to adjust the voltage of the synergy curve if required. In addition, once an acceptable welding condition is found, most manufacturers have the ability to save the memory for later recall. The globular transfer range occupies the transitional range of arc voltage between free flight and fully short circuiting transfer. Irregular droplet transfer and arc instability are inherent, particularly when operating near the transition threshold. In globular transfer, a molten droplet several times the electrode diameter forms on the wire tip. Gravity eventually detaches it when its weight overcomes surface tension forces, and transfer takes place, often with excessive spatter. Before transfer, the arc wanders and its cone covers a large area, dissipating energy. There is a short duration short circuit when the droplet contacts with the molten pool, but rather than causing droplet transfer, it causes as a result of it. Although the short circuit is of very short duration, some inductance is necessary to reduce spatter. Although to the operator, the short circuits are not discernible, and the arc has the appearance of a free flight type. To further minimize spatter level, it is common to operate with a very short arc length, and in some cases a buried arc technique is adopted. Globular transfer can only be used in the flat position and is often associated with the lack of penetration, fusion defects, and uneven weld bead because of the irregular transfer and tendency for the arc wander. 13.2.9 Inductance. When MIG-MAG welding is at tip transfer mode, the welding electrodes touches the weld pool, causing a short circuit during which the arc voltage is nearly zero. If the constant voltage power supplies responded instantly, very high current would immediately begin to flow through the welding circuit, and the rapid rise in the current to a high value would melt the short circuited electrode free with explosive forces, dispelling the weld metal and causing considerable spatter. Inductance is the property in an electrical circuit that shows down the rate of current rise. The current traveling through an inductance coil creates a magnetic field which creates a current in the welding circuit in opposition to the welding current. Increasing inductance will also increase the arc time and decrease the frequency of short circuiting. Figure 13.18 Relationship between inductance and current size. There is an optimum value of inductance for each electrode feed rate. Too little result in excessive spatter. Too much and current will not rise fast, and the molten tip of the electrode is not heated sufficiently, causing the electrode to stub into the base metal. Modern electronic power sources automatically set inductance to give a smooth arc and metal transfer. 13.3 MIG Basic Equipment Requirements. Number 1. Power source, transformer or rectifier, constant voltage type. Number 2. Inverter source, power source. Number 3. Power hose assembly, liner, power cable, water hose, gas hose. Number 4. Liner. Number 5. Spare contact tips. Number 6. Torch head assembly. Number 7. Power return cable and clamp. Number 8. 15 kg wire spool, copper coated and uncoated wires. Number 9. Power control panel. Number 10. External wire feed unit. The MIG-MAG wire drives assembly, internal wire drive assembly system, flat plane top drive roller, groove half bottom drive roller, wire guide. The MIG torch head assembly. Number 1. Torch body. Number 2. On off or latching switch. Number 3. Spot welding spacer attachment. Number 4. Contact tips. Number 5. Gas diffuser. Number 6. Gas shrouds. Number 7. Torch head assembly minus the shroud. 13.4 Inspection when MIG-MAG welding. 13.4.1 Welding equipment. We will check to ensure the welding equipment is in good condition. Thirteen point 4.2 Electrode wire. The diameter, specification and the quality of wire are the main inspection headings. The level of deoxidation of wire is an important factor, with a single, double and triple deoxidized wire being available. The higher the level of deoxidant in the wire, the lower the change of porosity in the weld, lower the chance of porosity in the wire weld. The quality of a wire winding, copper coating, and temper are also important factor in minimizing wire fade problems. Quality of wire windings and increased costs. A. Random wound. B. Layer wound. C. Precision layer wound. 13.4.3 Drive rolls and liner. Check the drive rolls are the correct size for this wire and that the pressure is hand tight and are just sufficient to drive the wire. Excess pressure will deform the wire to an ovular shape, making it very difficult to drive through the liner, resulting in arcing in the contact tip and excessive wear of contact tip and liner. Check that the liner is correct type and the size of for the wire. One size of liner generally fits two sizes of wire, that is 0.6 and 0.8, 1 and 1.2, 1.4 and 1.6 diameters. Steel liners are used for steel wires and Teflon for aluminum wires. 13.4.4 Contact tip. Check the contact tip is the right size for the wire being driven and the amount of wear frequently. Any loss of contact between the wire and contact tip will reduce the efficiency of current pickup. Most steel wires are copper coated to maximize the transfer of current by contact between two copper surfaces at the contact tip, but this also inhibits corrosion. The contact tip should be replaced regularly. 13.4.5 Connections. The electric arc length in MIG-MAG welding is controlled by voltage settings achieved by using a constant voltage, volts or ampere characteristics inside the equipment. Any poor connection in the welding circuit will affect the nature and stability of the electric arc, so is a major inspection point. 13.4.6 Gas and gas flow rate. The type of gas used is extremely important to MIG-MAG welding, as in is the flow rate from the cylinder, which must be adequate to give good coverage over the solidifying and molten metal to avoid oxidation and porosity. 13.4.7 Other variable welding parameters. Checks should be made for correct wire feed speed, voltage, speed of travel, and all other essential variables of the process given on the approved welding procedure. 13.4.8 Safety checks. Checks should be made on the current carrying capacity or duty cycle of equipment and electrical insulation. Correct extraction system should be used to avoid exposure to ozone and fumes. A check should always be made to ensure that the welder is qualified to weld the procedure being used. Typical welding imperfections. Dots, silica inclusions on ferritic steels only caused by poor inter-run cleaning. Dot, lack of sidewall fusion. During dip transfer welding of thick section typically down, thick section vertically down. Dot, porosity caused by loss of gas shield and low tolerance to contaminants. Dot, burn through from using the incorrect metal transfer mode or sheet metal. 13.5 Flux core arc welding. FCAW. In the MiG 1980s, the development of self and gas shielded FCAW was major step in the successful application on-site semi-automatic welding and has enabled a much wider range of materials to be welded. The cored wire consists of metal sheath containing a granular flux which can contain elements normally used in MMA electrode, so the process was a very wide range of applications. In addition, gas producing elements and compounds can be added to flux, so the process can be independent of the separate gas shield, which restricts the use of conventional MIG-MAG welding in many field applications. Most wires are sealed mechanically and hermetically with various forms of joint. The effectiveness of wire joint is an inspection point of cored wire welding, as moisture can easily be absorbed into a damaged or poor seam. Wire types commonly used: dot rotile, which give good positional capabilities. Dot basic, also positional but good on dirty materials. Metal cored, higher productivity, some having excellent run capabilities. Dot self shielding, no external gas needed. Backing of cored wires is ineffective and will not restore the condition of a contaminated flux within a wire. Note: unlike MMA electrodes, the potential hydrogen level and mechanical properties of welds with rotile wires can equal those of the basic types. 13.6 Summary of solid wire MIG-MAG. Equipment requirement: transformer or rectifier, constant voltage type. Dot power and power return cable. Dot inert, active or mixed shielding gas, argon or CO2. Dot gas hose, flow meter and gas regulator. Dot MIG torch with hose, liner, diffuser, contact tip and nozzle. Dot wire feed unit with correct drive rolls. Dot electrode wire to correct specification and diameter. Dot correct visor or glass, safety clothing and good extraction. Parameters and inspection points. Dot wire feed speed or amperage. Dot open circuit and welding voltage. Dot wire type and diameter. Dot gas type and flow rate. Dot contact tip size and condition. Dot roller type, size and pressure. Dot liner size. Dot inductance setting. Dot insulation extraction. Dot connection voltage drops. Dot travel speed, direction and angles. Typical welding imperfection. Dot silica inclusions. Dot lack of fusion dip transfer. Dot surface porosity. Advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: high productivity, easily automated, all positional, dip, pulse and FCAW, material thickness range, continuous electrode. Disadvantages: lack of fusion, dip transfer, small range of consumables, protection for site working, complex equipment, high ozone levels.